Welcome once again to the Sage, and thank you for the pleasure and the privilege you've given us as our constant companions on this journey, this wonderful journey of discovery. Bear with me in this particular episode because I am going to speak with passion. I have for some time felt compelled, totally compelled, to make this particular episode. Why? In a way, for me, I call it a call to action. A call to action for all of us. Where do I start? But perhaps at the beginning. For me, I believe, as I reflect on my life, as I reflect on my decades of existence on this planet Earth, I believe in certain fundamental truths. Man was created. Man was created good. And by man, of course, I mean human beings, man and woman. We were made perfect. We were made good. I think this comes most to life when we see a newborn baby. Babies are born perfect. They're good. We feel it. Something in our spirit speaks of perfection and joy in our hearts when we see a newborn baby. We were also put here on earth for companionship, to be a support to one another, to live in communion, a community of good. We know this intrinsically because when we are good, when we do something good, when we reach out in kindness, that is when we feel most fulfilled. No act of aggression, no act of hatred ever brings satisfaction. We were meant for goodness. We were also put in a perfect universe. Our Mother Earth was created with everything we would need for a happy and a good existence. We are created to be happy. We are created for joy. Anything else doesn't work. We are also here to live in harmony with our Mother Earth, treating the God-given resources of the world with respect and dignity. It is when this perfect harmony, human beings to human beings to Mother Earth, exists, that there is peace and there is joy. Permit me to be bold enough to say, it is indeed when we disrupt this, when we do not do this, that we have evil and violence and hatred and discord in our world. Yes, that we have discord in our world. And there is a great deal of it. We know that. We hear it daily on our news media, everywhere on the social media. All the violence, all the hatred, all the war. And yet, I think another fundamental truth is the fact that despite all we see and hear on the news, on the social media, that the vast majority of us on this earth are good. Millions and millions of us, a vast majority. We are good. We want good. That is a reality. That is a fundamental truth with which we must come to terms. We must come to accept that that is the reality. Anything else is not a reality. The reality of the world we live in, even today, is that we are good people, and most of us everywhere. And that we must awaken and accept that reality. That is the only way we can live it. And so, I come nearer home to my country, Nigeria. Nigeria is a blessed country. How? In every way you can imagine. I personally tend to believe that when the good Lord created Nigeria, he was in a wonderful mood. Blessed with natural and abundant resources. Climate-wise, mineral, name it, we have it. It is there. Often shielded from natural catastrophes that beset many other parts of the world. But not only that, a teeming population of people, human resource that has the potential to be the best in the world. What is it that we need that we do not have? But I think perhaps for us on the sage, for me as the sage, the greatest discovery of all, the most hidden treasure that the many, many Nigerians often fail to realize is actually that we're good people, that we're wonderful people, that the vast majority of us are law-abiding. We love ourselves. We love our families, our communities. We love our country. Too many times we forget that fact. Too many times we allow ourselves to live the lie that the bad is more than the good. Oh yes, we have plenty of the bad. I'm not saying we don't. When this blessed country, Nigeria, was put together by our colonial masters, it was never in consultation with us, the people that lived in it, or perhaps in full recognition of our similarities and dissimilarities. And so it was a geographical carving that often separated tribes and tongues across borders. But be that as it may, it produced a country with a great deal of diversity. Different languages, different religions, different customs, so many differences. But what we often fail to recognize and therefore to use is that in fact, our very diversity is a huge potential for good. Yes, I say that again. Within our diversity, within our heterogeneity, is a huge potential for good. All we have to do is to recognize that, to reawaken to that fact, to come together and use it to build ourselves, to build our country, to create for ourselves a country, a world that is good. We have too often, or sadly, lived in the spirit of that diversity. We've fought each other, we've hated each other, we've used tribe and tongue against each other. We've inflicted harm. There's been violence. We've displaced some of us. Many of our countrymen and women live in abject poverty at the expense of the majority of our people. Some of us live in terrible wealth. Let me use that word. And yet, it doesn't have to continue. It doesn't have to be our future. It mustn't be our future.
How can we say that we all love each other with all the hate? How can we say that we hope for each other with all the shame? How can we say that we long for a future without no faith? And how can we say that we're all for each other with all the range? But this time we will unite, show our might, and we'll rise, not divide. We'll unite, we will fight for this world, for this life, forevermore. How can we change all the hate we created to save our world? How can we save the home we're losing slowly? And I know it'll be hard, it'll be tough, it'll be work, but it's worth it in the end. We're strong and we're young and we're all that we need to make a better place. I know this time we will fight and we'll rise, not divide. We'll unite, we will fight for this world, for this life, forevermore, 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 forevermore. And we'll rise to save our lives. We'll unite, we will fight, for we are young. We'll see a world, see a world we're longing for, forevermore, forevermore, forevermore. We'll fight for each other, we'll fight for our homes, we'll fight for our love, we'll fight for our love, we'll fight for our peace, and we'll fight till we win. We'll fight till we win, we'll fight till we win, we'll fight till tomorrow, we'll fight for each other. We'll all come together, we'll all be together, we'll all come together, we'll all be together, we'll all come together forevermore.
Wow, that beautiful, beautiful rendition almost had me weeping. Says to my heart and to my emotion, and I'm sure to yours, more than all the words I have been speaking have been able to do and to say. And so this is a call to action. A call which I felt impelled to make at this point in the history of our beloved country. Why? Because we are embarking on a new journey when it comes to the issue of leadership. Leadership is so crucial, for it often forms the catalyst that pushes, brings together, coordinates, mobilizes a country towards good, towards achieving its potential. And so, at this point in our history, when we are poised on the threshold of beginning a search for new leadership for this country, this is the time to take stock. This is the time to reawaken to the truth that we are good people, that we live in a wonderful country, and that if we but work together, we will make this country one of the greatest in the world. It is doable. It is a reality that is ours if we were but willing to take it. You see, changes have to be created. And that for me personally, for many years in my life, a guiding motto has been, you create the change you need. You don't wait for it to just happen. You work for it. You create it. And therefore, that is my call to my fellow countrymen. We must create this change that we need in this country. We must reawaken and accept that we are innately good people. And we must look for leadership that will lead us to that greatness. And so, as we look forward to our leaders of tomorrow, let us look with a common eye for certain fundamental principles, for certain fundamental traits in those leaders. 1, do they believe? Does he or she believe that we are good and we deserve the best? 2, do they believe in the common good? In the good for every Nigerian? Do they believe that our future depends on our healing the wounds we've inflicted on each other before? And therefore, are they going in there ready to serve, to heal, to bring us together? Do they believe that every Nigerian is equal, man or woman, poor or rich, marginalized or non-marginalized, the handicapped, rural or urban. We are equal people. We all have a right to the common good of this country. Is our potential leader ready to recognize the inequalities that exist? Is she or he going there to address the needs of the many poor and vulnerable people in our country? The time has come for us to stop thinking about our divisions. We must never again elect leadership that is asking for our support, for our endorsement, based on tribe, on geographical location, on religion. I could go on and on. No. Each person, and there are many of them at this point in our history, each person that comes out to tell us that he or she wants to lead, and I hope to serve, the qualities we look for in that person are these qualities that would ensure the good of us as a common people and the progress of our country that will be sustainable. But having said this, let me say that, of course, it doesn't lie. The change that we want, the change that we need to create, doesn't just lie at the door of the leaders. That change begins with every single one of us. It begins with me, it begins with you. We must reawaken to the fact that each of us is good. We deserve the best. That is why the Lord put us here. Having realized that, having accepted that, determined to live that, determined to achieve that, we go one step further to accept and believe that for us to be happy the way we should be, we must reach out to others. We must be our brothers and sisters' keeper. Happiness, joy, peace is never attained in isolation. It is a generous trait to have. For when you give, you receive. We must believe that our community deserves the best. And finally, we must believe in this, our country. It is a blessed country. It is the only one we have. It has the potential to be one of the best in the world. Let us work together to make it so. Let us come together. Let us leave the wrongs that have been done in the past where they belong. What we have is our today and our tomorrow. The past is gone.
We must come together, work for peace, work to uphold our unity, Show strength, show faith, one and all. Oh, come. Cast aside ethnic rivalry. Cast aside religious bigotry. Show strength, show faith, one and all. Let's sing a song, let's sing a song. A song of love is all we need. Work for peace, let's fight for peace, one and all. We must work for peace. Together, break the chains of greed and hate. Work for peace in place of war. Show strength, show faith, one and all. Oh, come. Every tribe, every tongue be on guard. Stay strong, together we'll defeat. Show strength, show faith, one and all. Let's sing a song, let's sing a song of humanity, great humanity. Let's kill the walls, let's kill the walls. We must fight, we must fight, fight, fight. We must fight for peace. But we must work, work, work. We must work, work, work. We must work, work, work. We must work for peace. Yeah.
It is a God-given duty and call for us jointly, collectively, to make today and tomorrow good for us and for our future generations. This is a call to action. We begin today. We walk together. We fight whatever evils exists that is trying to stop us from being where we should be. Let us work together. Let us come together. Let us give our country, Nigeria, its rightful place in the world and in history. Join us in this call. Join us in this walk. I thank you. Thank you for having patiently stayed with us for this call to action. Thank you for bearing with me as your sage. As I had said before, I had a strong compulsion to do this, to say the things I said at this stage. The vast majority of us love this, our wonderful country. It is a wonderful country. Again, let me re-emphasize that to make that the proper everyday reality that it should be, we must work together. The vast majority of us, you and I, out there, who are good, who believe in this country, who are proud of our lineage, can no longer afford to keep quiet. It is when the good remain quiet that it appears that the bad, if I may use that word, are triumphant. But they're not. And so it is time for us, the common man and woman and young person, to come together and reclaim the reality that is ours. For us, on the Sage and in C4C, we will do our best not to make it just talk. You will work with us as we roll out several episodes in the future that concretely address different sectors, different elements that we feel are crucial towards creating that reality we're talking about, towards creating that change that we so desperately need. We will go on to discuss various critical sectors such as health of our people, education, the legal system, the law enforcement system, the problems that our young people are having, the violence and the insecurities that exist in our country, our potential religious differences, so many. But not with a view of again harping on the things that have gone wrong, but with a strong and determined intention of suggesting how to make things right. What needs to be done in terms of the right leadership, in terms of the right political system, in terms of what communities and leaders everywhere should do, and what each individual and person and family should do. What are our relative roles? What can we do to make the good we all desire our living reality? So please stay with us on the Sage. We promise you it's going to be interesting, stimulating, but most of all, constructive. Shouldn't be just talk. This is the time for collective action. Stay with us. The future episodes, take it from me, I promise you, will be exciting. Long live Nigeria.
pledge to Nigeria, my country,
to be faithful,
loyal and honest,
to serve Nigeria with all my strength,
to defend her unity,
and uphold her honor and glory.
So help me God.